Adding documents and content. Now the tender has been created, documents and content need to be added. Expand the Documents section, and click the Add button. Enter a document name and select a document type. Two additional tabs will now appear, showing the user access, and the vendor response requirements. If any vendor response requirements are set, these settings will be applied to each new heading that is added in the document. Click the Save and Close button, and the document will be added to the document list. Open the document. A blank document is now created. We now need to build the document, by adding headings, sections and content. Add a new heading by right-clicking the document node in the outline tree, or add a new heading from in the document. Rename the heading to suit. After the heading is created, a section needs to be added, if content is required. Click the Add Section arrow underneath the heading name. Click in the section, and add your content. As well as text, use the quick menu to add images, tables, or lists. Sections can also be split using this menu. If any attachments need to be added, they can be added from the section menu. Multiple sections can be linked to each heading, by clicking the Add Section icon, underneath the previous section. Keep building your document by adding additional headings, subheadings, sections and content from the outline tree, or the document heading menu. Now the document is complete, vendor requirements need to be added. Click Response Requirements in the heading menu. The four main responses are, delivery date, text response, compliance, or a priced item. Each heading can have one or multiple requirements. Only headings that have content can have a vendor response. After a requirement is set, the vendor must respond to that request, otherwise they will not be able to submit their bid. If all headings have the same requirements, we can set them all using the Batch Requirement tool. Select the requirement and click the icon to update all or selected headings. This will add it as an additional requirement, to selected, or all headings. If multiple responses are needed, select each requirement, and click the Update Selected, or Update All buttons. Using these buttons, we'll overwrite any requirements that are already set. Scroll through the document, and we can see the response requirement has now been added to all headings that have content. Finally, we need to approve the document for use. When a heading has section content, a pencil icon will appear next to the heading name. This shows the user it is still in editing mode and has not been submitted for approval. Individual sections can be submitted for approval, or discarded at any time by clicking the icon next to the section. Each time a section is edited, it must be resubmitted for approval. All sections can be submitted or discarded for approval at once, using the buttons at the top of the document. After a section has been submitted, the editing icon will change from editing mode, to awaiting approval. If the user has approval permission on the document type, the sections do not need to be submitted for approval. Instead, an Approve button is shown. Once all sections have been approved, all editing and approving icons will disappear. Approving a document is covered in a separate video.